Hi, this is Michelle Walford from Lewis, Delaware, that's Zone 7B, and I am underneath one of my oak leaf hydrangeas. I have about 73 hydrangeas on my property, and they're in various types. I have about 6 or 7 oak leaves, or 6 full-size oak leaves. So this is one of them. This is the Sykes Dwarf, which is a real nice, pretty condensed flower. And so, but I have a couple low-lying branches. I have one over here, and I have one that's even lower here. And this has broken off, and there's nothing there. But this one is got a nice blossom ready to go on it. So what you want to do is go down to the soil, and as long as there's no tension, that's not going to stress out the plant. It's not going to break anything if I lower this to the ground. If you can lower it to the ground easy, then it's a candidate for this layering. So what I do is loosen up just with my fingers. I don't fertilize it. I don't put any growth hormone, root hormone on it, nothing. Then you want to turn and look at your plant. And I have new wood here and old wood here. And I'm looking for a joint or a node. So right here, where on the new wood, that would be a node right there, or that would be a node right there. So I could scrape that a little bit, but if it's fresh wood like that, you really don't have to scrape it. I could put that into contact with the ground, but I'm actually going to go a little lower because this is going to stretch it if I have to put it in the ground, and I don't want to do that. I don't want this thing to accidentally spring forward. So I'm going to go to a place where there's less resistance. So here's a node right here. And just with my lovely thumbnail, I'm going to see if I can get this out. All right. Scrape all that off like that, just exposing a little green. And this is what you want to keep constant contact with the soil. So I'm going to lower that down like so. And if I don't like the way it's laying, I just fluff up some soil. And this isn't great soil, this is just regular soil. I haven't amended it in any way. And I'm just gonna smush some loose soil, excuse me, over top, like that. And then I'm going to very craftily put up some rocks. Excuse me. And I'm just going to weigh it down. And I might backfill it a little for extra measure. Now you can use a brick, you can use a weight. Some people will use like a plant stake or staple. It's one of those square staples that goes into the ground. You can, as long as you don't cut into the branch, you can do that. But you just want to weight it down so that it stays in constant contact with the soil. And again, now actually I have it here and right here, so I actually might get 2 out of this. See what I did there? So this is May 10th. I'll check back on this. I'll water it regularly. It's the only thing I'll do differently. This tree is well established. It's going to be getting energy from its parent, but we want these roots to develop in here, so I will water this just a little bit. Like if I'm around watering my containers, I'll come over here and splash some water on this. If you have any kind of a drought, you definitely want to do that. Then around July 4th, I'm going to take the rocks off. If it springs back up, it didn't take. And usually it doesn't spring off. It stays. And if you pull on it and you're feeling some resistance, that means the roots have taken into the ground. That's a very good sign. So at that point, what I would do is come in and sever off of the parent right there, and I'll let it sit in place. I won't disturb it because the roots will be new. They'll be little baby roots. So you leave that in here. And then in the fall, I will then dig a nice big generous hole, unearth that, and plant it somewhere else. So that's how I do layering. It works almost 100% of the time. I've had like 2 fail on me, but I'm able to get a genetic duplicate of the parent plant this way.